If you just launched your store and you think that putting $500 into Google is going to start printing money and profits, you're not alone. But you're also probably going to waste a lot of money. Google Ads doesn't reward beginners. It rewards structure, it rewards data, and it rewards consistency. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix the most common mistakes in Google Ads for beginners and how to build a strategy that drives results from day one. Let's get into it. Here's what no one is telling you. Google is a machine. It doesn't care about your budget or your product. It cares about signals. Signals like, are people clicking your ad? Are they staying on your website? Are they converting? If those signals aren't there, Google has nothing to optimize from. And this is where 90% of store owners lose money. One of the biggest mistakes I see store owners make when they set up their Google Ads, how store owners set up their conversion tracking. Or, more often, how do they mess it up? They pick the wrong event to track. It looks like conversions are happening, but those aren't the real purchases. Usually they set up tracking through Google Analytics or Google Ads, but they set up the default or the auto-suggested events like page view, add to cart, or begin checkout as their primary conversion. Google Ads then optimizes for these events, thinking that that's the goal. But what's the problem? These actions and events happen way more often than actual sales. So your dashboard shows a huge amount of conversions and a really low cost per conversion. But then you look at your Shopify dashboard and you get a huge reality check. You're not getting the same amount of conversions as your Google Ads account says you are. You're spending money but not seeing real revenue. But why does this really matter? Well, Google uses these events to actually train its model to get more conversions in your account. When someone clicks your ad and then goes to your website and purchases from you, Google sees who this person is. It uses this data on this person to learn how to adjust its bids and its targeting to find more people like that. And it keeps doing this over and over again to get better targeting and better results. And if you add the wrong signal, like a page view or an add to cart, then Google is going to optimize for that rather than conversions. This means that your budget shifts away from what's actually working, generating sales, to these other intermediary actions beforehand, which could send the algorithm on the wrong path. So the metrics in the account might look good, but your sales, the actual money, which we care about, don't. So how do you actually fix this? Your primary conversion goal in your conversion tracking settings should be the confirmed purchase event. Go to Google Ads, go to goals, and go to conversions. Make sure that purchase is set as the main conversion, and the other conversions in your account are set to secondary. Check that it only fires on the thank you page after payment confirmation. If it's anything else, fix it today. Otherwise, you're just throwing money at false signals. By the way, we actually have a full video showing you how to set up your conversion tracking. I'm going to leave that down below, so go and check that out. My team and I, we actually do conversion tracking setups for you too, so I'll leave a link down below. You can go and check out that service. So conversion tracking isn't just about reporting sales. It's about teaching Google who your ideal buyers are. Feed it the wrong info, and it's going to find the wrong people. The next thing to keep in mind, guys, is that Google learns from you, not the other way around. Most store owners think that budgets and bidding are just a way to control spend, but that's the wrong way to look at it. With Google's smart bidding, Google automatically adjusts your bids to get better results. Your budget actually controls how fast and how well Google finds who your ideal customers are. So if you launch a Performance Max campaign for just $5 a day, it's going to work very, very slowly. Google has no room to test, no room to learn, and no room to optimize. Remember, this system needs real results to keep improving. Without them, your ads and your profits get stuck. And here's why that matters. Google learns from conversion data. The faster it gets that data, the faster it improves the performance. But what if you're only getting 1 or 2 conversions per week? The system gets stuck in a learning phase, and that's where campaigns go to die. Now, you don't need a huge budget to get started. Here's what I recommend. Start by limiting the number of products that you advertise. Focus on your best sellers. The fewer variables that Google has to process, the faster it learns. If you've run any ads on other platforms like Meta, use that data. Products that perform well on other platforms often have a high chance of performing well on Google too. Lean into what's already being proven. If your store is brand new and you don't have performance data yet or an idea of what could sell better, focus on the high value items. Why? Because it's easy to turn a profit from high value products. Here's a simple breakdown. If you're selling a $45 product and it costs you $15 in ad spend to get a sale, your margin is going to be tight. This is especially true once you factor in your cost of goods sold. If you're selling a $450 product, ads might cost more, maybe around $80, but if your revenue is 10 times higher or your costs don't increase nearly as much, that's how you give your budget more room to work and build a profitable ad strategy from day one. Second, set realistic expectations. If your product costs $100, a $10 daily budget won't get you 10 sales a day. It just doesn't work that way. Instead, be strategic with your budget and your bids to get the best results possible. To help Google system learn and optimize, aim for a budget that can generate conversions. Ideally, this should be at least 10 to 15 conversions per week. For most products priced between $50 and $150, that usually means starting around $20 to $30 per day. Next, you need fuel to generate data. Give campaigns 2 to 3 weeks of consistent spend. Once you start seeing a stable ROAS or steady conversions, start by increasing your budget gradually. Aim for about 10% more each time. This helps avoid shocking Google's learning system and keeps your results steady. Here's a pro tip. In Google Ads, check your search lost impression share budget. Find it, go inside your Google Ads account, open your campaign view, then click on Columns above the stats table. Next, select Modify Columns. Scroll down to Competitive Metrics, find Search Lost Impression Share Budget, check the box and hit Apply. This metric tells you how often your ads aren't showing because of budget limits. If this number is low, stick to small increases of 10% and monitor the performance. If it's 30% or more, it means that you're missing a lot of potential searches, clicks, and customers based on your limited budget. In that case, you can increase your budget more aggressively, say 20 to 30%, to reach more customers more quickly. This helps capture more converting traffic without wasting ad spend. The key here is to use this metric as a guide to find the right balance between cautious scaling and unlocking growth. Lastly, when you're starting out and you just have a small budget, it is best to just use one campaign type. Launching multiple campaign types at once, like search, shopping, pmax, display, YouTube, it really spreads your budget out too thin. And when that happens, your performance slows down. It becomes harder for you to know what's working, and it takes a lot longer for Google to optimize. One focus campaign gives Google the data it needs to improve performance and drive more results. Keep it simple, focus your budget, let Google do its job. The next big thing to focus on is the launching phase. If you're starting from scratch, here's a simple structure to follow. Gather your first 20 to 30 conversions by launching a Google Shopping campaign. Use a small but stable budget, anywhere from $20 to $25 per day. The goal isn't to scale right away, but to feed Google with some conversions so it can start learning with its machine algorithm. If you don't know how to set up your Google Shopping campaign, we have a full free course that shows you how to do this. I'll leave a link down below. Or if you prefer a more hands-on approach, we have our KeyCommerce Academy, where we have that course in there, as well as regular coaching calls and a forum to help you fix your problems with your Google Shopping campaign and scale and make more money for your e-commerce store. I'll leave a link to the KeyCommerce Academy down below. After you've set up your Google Shopping campaigns, the next step is to optimize your product feed, your titles, your descriptions. This helps Google better understand what your products are and show them to the right customers in the search. It also helps to reach users who are more likely to convert. Let's say that you're selling sleep masks. You launch your campaign, but your product title says, Soft Eye Cover Night Comfort. Google has no idea that this is a sleep mask. Now change it to Silk Sleep Mask for Deep Sleep, Black, Adjustable Straps. Now Google understands exactly what you're selling and who to sell it to. If you want to learn more about how to optimize your product feed, we have a full video on that. I'll leave a link down below. And here's one final quick tip before we wrap up. I don't recommend starting with Performance Max campaigns if your budget is small and your account is new. Performance Max works best when Google has a lot of data to learn from. This includes knowing who converts, when, and where. If you don't have that history yet, or you're running a tight budget, you'll likely get fewer conversions. That means Performance Max won't perform nearly as well from the start. Instead, focus on building up that conversion data in your account by using Google Shopping campaigns. Once you have at least 30 conversions in the last 30 days with a steady budget, then you can test out running Performance Max campaigns. Okay guys, that's how you build the foundation for predictable and profitable Google Ads results for your e-commerce store. I'd love to hear from you guys. What's one Google Ads question for your e-commerce store or a struggle that you're having right now? Leave it down below in the comments. I read every single comment and I might cover it in a future video. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Make sure to check out our other videos. This one here might be especially useful for you.